Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope it's fantastic. Everything here is great. I got a package. This is not a package from you guys, so this is stuff I ordered. But when did Amazon is now selling advertisement on their box, and Candy Crush is still a thing? This baffles me. I'm going to open it anyway, even though it's not from you. It is workshop stuff, so it belongs down here. I didn't just bring this down here to show you. But anyway, yesterday we talked about 1,800 episodes and, 7 years. We talked about 7 years more than we talked about 1,800 episodes. And I wanted to continue talking a little bit about that because there's been something I've been meaning to update you on. Last year, if you remember it was about this time last year, I think. About this time last year, I mentioned that I was trying a couple of experiments. And two of those were, okay, so one was I was doing the university studies. There's an app called Prolific. I had signed up for it, and I was taking surveys. Like I would take 4, 5, 10 a day, just something to do, and they pay you. Some of them pay you, 10 cents. Some of them pay you a couple bucks, whatever. The culmination of that was I did it for about 4 months, and I earned enough money to buy myself a new lens for my camera, which was about like $700 or something like that. So that was pretty cool. I have since just I don't do those anymore. Like, they're not really worth my time. They're not interesting. They were for a while. It held my interest for a little while. The other thing I said I was doing was I had licensed one of my videos to a company that's like repackages the video and sells it. And so far I've made $0 off of that. I don't know that they've ever done anything with it. I've heard nothing from them since. So I assumed that when it all started, it was kind of a scam. It's one of those things that if you're on YouTube and you have any amount of any subscribers, any significant amount, and any significant amount on YouTube is over 1,000. If you have more than 1,000 subscribers, you're going to get hit up for stuff. And I discovered at the 25,000 mark, when we hit 25,000, I started to get all sorts of weird offers. So in addition to those two things I did last year, I also started putting my contact email in the description of all my videos. Some of you have been looking for ways to contact me, and you would go to my Daily Shed website and submit the comment form there. I also realized that nobody has ever just called my Google number. You guys will call it if I say, hey, my Google number is going to expire. Somebody please call it. But I have gotten 0 unsolicited calls on that number and it's been on all my videos for the entire 7 years. So this email thing only went live within the past year. And since that time, my email blows up. I get a lot of emails from that, and they're all pretty funny. So I wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about them because I find them to be pretty hilarious when I get all kinds of stuff. Like, my main thing, the one thing I get a lot of that really confuses me is emails that are like, I'm a production manager in China and this is what we make. Can I send you some samples? And I'm like, what are you buying? We sell all kinds of stuff. I'm like, I'm not buying anything. Like, I'm not a they think I'm a business, which I am. Like, Chevee Dodd LLC is a business, but I'm not buying stuff. But I'll get a lot of, dear purchase manager or whatever. Here we go, Surfshark. I got one from Surfshark. I'm the promotion manager of Surfshark. Surfshark is a cybersecurity company offering a variety of blah, blah, blah. We running a marketing campaign, blah, blah, blah. If you're interested, please let me know. No, I'm not interested, Surfshark. Please stop contacting me. Man, where's the funny ones? This is riveting content as I sit here. I meant to... we are interested in collaborating with you. These aren't the ones I'm looking for. Okay. Here's one from, I get a ton of these, and they're obviously scams, right? This one claims to be advertising Blackmagic Inc. for you offer YT. And this has come from design.blackmagic@volny.cz. So this is obviously not Blackmagic. It says, Blackmagic Design, Estonia, deeply respected potential partner. We have been following the creativity of your YouTube channel for a long time, and we've chosen you as a potential partner for further work. We offer you to cooperate with us to be more precise, to promote videos of our new software, DaVinci Resolve 18. If you're interested, we look forward to your response, blah, 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 blah. John, whatever, customer service representative of Blackmagic Design, copyright, yada, yada, yada. I get a lot of those for all kinds of brands. Like, we've been following you for a long time. We're really excited about your content. Like, if you've been following me for any amount of time, you'll know that I'm not an influencer. I don't have a platform to promote your products to. DaVinci Resolve is free. I don't know who's just go get DaVinci Resolve. It's all these weird spammy emails, and they're so kind of uniquely funny because they all have that same, they set off those spam alarms, misspelled words, oddly placed prepositions, completely missing articles, like, all the stuff where you just go, all right, well, you don't speak English and you wrote, when you wrote this email. And I'm curious, like, I guess there are people that fall for that stuff or it wouldn't be such a prolific industry. But for me, it's mostly amusing, related to what we talked about yesterday. If I'd have got these emails 7 years ago when I started, when I was getting millions of views a year, maybe I would have taken them up on some of their offers, like, cool, let's do it, or whatever. But here we are so many years later when my views are 30 a video-ish, between 20 and 50 per video. That's not a marketable audience. I could probably sell stuff to you guys. In fact, I plan to, in the not too distant future. I hope to be able to bring you a version of something on a very small scale that I can sell to those of you that want it. We'll talk about that pretty soon, I think. We'll talk about it when it's ready, let's say that. But I'm not selling hundreds of subscriptions to some software service or thousands of subscriptions to some, Surfshark or what. Like, why are they why? Just why? And I assume that because my email ended up on YouTube, it's gotten to some list and people are just emailing that. They're not actually paying attention to where the email came from or the content that it's attached to. I don't think anybody is finding my videos, finding that email and going, oh, I'm going to reach out to this guy and see if he wants to partner. Just thought it was funny. I don't know why. It's a daily occurrence when I get these emails. Anyway, I ordered stuff for the workbench. This is all, I'm too lazy to drive to the Ace Hardware that's right down the road, so I got some epoxy that I'm going to be using to do most of the joinery on the workbench, just because I didn't do a very good job cutting these mortise and tenons, so there's lots of gaps, and epoxy is really good for that. Dowel rods. I never really thought about buying dowel rods off of Amazon before, but these look pretty cool. They look very uniform, and they're 12 inches in length, which is a good size for me to mess around instead of carrying those 3-footers. I usually cut them down myself, so, whatever. And then I got some stainless steel lag bolts, which I decided I'm not going to use. So these will find a use at some point in the future, but I'm going to do all of the joinery on the workbench with, well, you guys saw the mortise and tenons the other day. I'm going to be doing half-lap dovetails, which is basically I'll cut a notch out of the board that sits in here, so it'll slip down in here, and then at the top of that, so the notch will be cut out here, say like this. The top of this will be cut into a dovetail, and it'll lock into that slot, and then I'll dowel the bottom from the front. So it's all going to be dowels and dovetails. There's going to be no fasteners in the base of the bench, and I think that's going to be much cooler for me to make. It's going to be much more interesting for me to make because I've not done joinery like that before. So the West Systems epoxy will come in handy filling those gaps. Anyway, I don't know why I'm still talking about YouTube. Not that interesting. Let's get back to normal stuff tomorrow. Anybody have any questions they want answered? Or topic ideas? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is propensity. It is a noun meaning a tendency to behave in a certain way. Despite her vehement denials, Virginia has shown us a propensity towards pomposity. Propensity. Propensity. This is another word that I don't feel is very uncommon. I think that's a pretty common word. At least I hear it. Maybe it's a fantasy author's word, because I've definitely read it a lot.